I would like to introduce you to Camp BluSky. Depending on the time of year, we are an innovation camp for kids, an incubator for entrepreneurs launching new businesses, or a strategic think tank for Fortune 500 companies reinventing themselves. We're located on the edge of Hamlin Lake, just north of Bloodington. We have over 70 acres of land, 5 of which is developed over 32 buildings. We have small lodge, personal cabins, a communal mess hall, state-of-the-art rapid prototyping shop. We have a small print house, a digital media library with a render farm, a photo studio, a model shop that we like to call the Sandbox, and more whiteboard space than you can imagine. We're known as the Olympic Park of Innovation. In addition to these tools, we also have some toys. We work hard and we play hard, and if you're not brainstorming, you're probably playing. We have canoes, kayaks, ski boats, sailboats, trail-ready golf carts, a tennis court, volleyball court, plenty of hiking trails, and a lakeside fire pit for relaxing or some late-night brainstorming. So what makes this camp different than other innovation camps? So each of our cabins is up for adoption. So for example, MakerBot has adopted a cabin and outfitted it with a handful of 3D printers and plenty of material. So MakerBot also provides training and technical support and the occasional camp counselor. So why the freebie? For starters, each adopted cabin is providing a fantastic lifetime experience for kids and young adults. On the business side, the cabin is now a sales and marketing tool to those Fortune 500 gorillas that also stay with us at the camp the rest of the summer and off-season. So let's talk about the camp counselors. A year ago, we had 2 entrepreneurs graduate from Star Garden, and they came to us for help. They had a video gaming accessory and needed more insight on how to commercialize it. We invited them to the camp along with a hand-picked team of counselors. At first look, they had a very simple product. We knew design details, go-to-market strategy, and packaging had to be right on. We also needed to cover all the other touch points to enable them to be successful. Touch points like visual brand language, messaging, line extensions, sales, distribution, fulfillment, sourcing, manufacturing, an understanding of government regulations and requirements, intellectual property strategy. Everything needed to launch a successful business. This seems like an overwhelming task for a 2-week retreat, but if you handpick the right team tailored specifically for each one of our guests, it can be incredibly powerful. We started by inviting one of the co-founders of 53, Andrew Allen. 53 had just launched a very similar product called the Pencil. They just lived what our young entrepreneurs were about to go through, and their collaboration experience was priceless. So in addition, we invited very talented folks from other walks of life. We had a designer from Strang, a video game marketeer from Double Forte, a sourcing rep from Dragon Innovations, a CPA specialized in sourcing, in new business, a web designer and social media guru from Mighty, just to name a few. The team lived and collaborated together for 2 weeks. Now this seems like a very long time to today's standards, but what they accomplished in 2 weeks would have taken the average entrepreneur 2 years and a lot of money and resources. The same strategy works across the board. We had a team from 3M stay with us for 2 weeks, just brainstorming applications for a new lighting technology that they came up with. Whirlpool sent a team to just reinvent the refrigerator. Rubbermaid came in with no agenda at all. They just wanted to play with the toys, and they left with 23 brand new product ideas. So attracting top talent is key. We do this by offering top-notch tools, a beautiful environment, great networking opportunities, and some really, really nice toys. So when you're invited to our camp as a counselor, you receive the typical compensation for the corporation gigs, but you are required to come back once or twice for a young adult innovation week. Okay, so I need to confess, Camp BluSky doesn't exist yet, but Camp Douglas Smith does. So Camp Douglas Smith does reside on Hamlin Lake and is home to over 300 visiting adults every summer. The camp was established in 1936 and was active until closing in 1982. I've always been fascinated by Camp Douglas, so I did a bit of research and I found out a gentleman from Allendale, John Quiring, purchased the camp in 1996. He's been nursing it back to health for the past decade. I reached out to John, and he was kind enough to take me on a tour while sharing his dream for the camp. This was just last week. Today, the facilities are still sound, although they need some repair. John believes that this inspirational property, surrounded by abundant natural public resources, should be used to benefit present and future generations. Camp Douglas and John are truly inspirations for my life and my dream of having Camp BluSky. So I'd like to share a note John sent me shortly after our meeting. He said, "Thanks, Tim, for paying the camp a visit. Hope it helps you with your dream. I had a similar dream in 1997, and I'm still hoping it will come true. It's been said something like this: it's not necessarily the destination that is so important, but it's the journey. I've had a wonderful, wonderful journey. May you as well. Regards, John." So I need to end this with a bit of legal disclosure. I've been advised to disclose that the companies, individuals, and photographs referenced in the presentation are not affiliated by any means with the pitch. So if you're interested in learning more, or better yet, would like to adopt a cabin, go ahead and reach out to me later. Thanks, everyone.